What's up, guys? Hope you all are doing great. Today's video is actually a very special one to me because I managed to build an 8th scale replica of my LMP2 Radical SR8, and I am just beyond impressed with the way this turned out because I wanted to put a ton of detail into this thing to make it as realistic as possible. I'll go into the details, now, but just taking a moment, to look at it. Besides the real thing, it's absolutely spectacular. This is a very vintage model from 1998, but honestly drives and looks more beautiful than any of the RC cars today. And this one is just really stunning to look at, and yeah, just gives me a lot of joy to see them side by side. And yeah, let's first, looking at the real thing, there are some things that might strike you from the beginning, such as the canards and the lights and the antenna, mirrors, little details like that. So with this, you know how on the real thing the canards are carbon, so on this I opted for the same sort of process, and not just a single canard but a double canard like the SR8. Another thing that you'll see is the mirrors are almost identical. Granted, the ones on my car are carbon fiber. These I managed to just paint red according to the body. Has the antenna for radio, just as the real thing has the antenna for radio. The driver, now inside, I wanted to try and replicate my helmet, but my helmet's kind of complicated. So what I did is just make a simple, elegant white helmet. Obviously painted the driver inside, and the realism here, the cockpit obviously being carbon as well, just like the real thing. I didn't just want to go with, the traditional paint of the seat belts and stickers and stuff. This actually has a genuine fabric, 5-point harness, and I love that. Also, I tried to replicate my overall, which is the Alpine Star overall, and the little details inside. Usually what people do here is they put the sticker, which just, is a sticker, but once you paint the details by hand from far away, it looks much more realistic and much more like there's stuff actually going on in the cockpit, which is what I love. I do want to show you the sides here. The sides are exactly the same carbon print as the sides on the real car over here. Another thing, you notice the fuel cap and the carbon ducts. So we go to the model, or the RC model, and you have the carbon ducts as well as the vent, which is just like the vent. And FYI, underneath here, you see how the real car has gold underneath, the gold heat foil. So this has the same thing underneath. Put it back on for now. Let's get it right. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of details that are very similar, and also the highlight, I think, on this car is the 2-speed gearbox, as well as the wing, which is an almost exact copy of the wing on the car. I'm gonna show this to you here. I would love to carry it, but I broke my shoulder, so I decided to, leave it on this rotating stand. Another thing is the details, the wheels and tires, different style wheel, but little immaculate details that I decided to, put onto this car, such as the tow hook. Just like the real thing has the tow hook in the front, this has it right here. Another thing I wanted to show you is the valve stems here are, phenomenally realistic, and the body clamps here, the body highlights, and the fuel cap, very similar to the real thing. Another thing I will show you, again, valve stems, tire rotation, tire direction, all that stuff is realistic. You see, you have the markings on the real thing for the rear right, rear left, front right, etc. The details like these body clamps here for the bumpers to sit on, exactly the same thing here. Okay. Another thing I wanted to tell you about this thing, you see how these body gaps are there? It's also lined up, vented as well, real vents, not BS vents. The lights being an LMP car, you need lights because these things can run endurance races. And for endurance, you know, you have 24-hour races sometimes and it gets dark, or even 8-hour races, it can get dark. So the lights on this thing, as I'll show later inside, is not for decor. You actually have a low beam and a high beam, exactly like the real thing. One thing that this has that I didn't put here is the indicators, because it's just extra weight here and more wiring, which I don't really need. I wanted to keep it as realistic, but as also performance capable without adding too much weight and wiring and things like that. I'm going to take you to the real car and show you the extremely realistic diffuser along with the exhaust system. Now I'm going to go there. There might be an RC car blocking the way. Let me go behind. Oh, let me go behind the lift system. But right here, you can see the exhaust system and the diffuser. And that is exactly what I opted for, along with the tow hook. That is exactly what I opted for right here. You have the tow hook in the same position. You have an actual diffuser that's vented. This is not BS again. And it goes under the car. So it is an actual diffuser with a wing. It's not just some body decor. And this is a realistic exhaust that, you know, produces smoke and exits the exhaust gases from here with the 2-speed gearbox. I'm going to take off the body. Bring it closer here. All right. Yeah, it's a better look at it. Perfect. Underneath here, again, this is a model from 1998 and it is brand new. This one particularly has been stored brand new, never been run. So everything is brand new. I was just trying to adjust the gears. I want to take it out right now. It is an extremely hot day though, but yeah, I want to take it out, run it for a little bit, see how it drives. Again, the diffuser being vented over here, you get a clearer look underneath the car. And I love Kyosho's design for this suspension. This is an ISS system. So what this means is that it's an inner spring system. So the spring is actually on the inside of the shock. It's not on the outside, because you see how close it is to the drive shaft. Again, one thing that I like about these kits is that it's not hard to, in slippery conditions, it's originally meant to be 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And that's why you have most of the suspension being the ISS, so it doesn't make contact, because the spring would not fit there. And honestly, it works just as good, if not better, for this model. But yeah, what you can do here is also convert it into a rear-wheel drive system, which becomes extremely realistic to this, because this is not all-wheel drive, it's rear-wheel drive. That is exactly how I want this car to be. But for, you know, the start-off purpose, I like to always run the RC kit the way it's designed to be, and then I kind of disconnect everything. If you decide to disconnect everything from the RC kit in general, most all-wheel drive kits for realism, you would only do that for realism. You should remove the front axle, the front diffs, the front wishbones, dog bones, everything. The only thing you should keep here are the bearings and the bolt that holds the wheel. That way you don't have any excess weight and it drives much better. These kits are really nicely balanced and they work well even when you convert them to 2-wheel drive. A lot of kits that are designed to be 4-wheel drive, they will be messed up handling if you decide to convert them. But for some reason with Kyosho models, I really like the way the chassis is designed, because I feel like no matter what you do to these kits, they always can end up being balanced with a little bit of adjustments. Another thing I wanted to show you is with body clips. Now on the real thing, we have body clips and, you know, clamps and all that stuff. With most RC cars, you also have the body clips. But with this, I love what Kyosho did. This is like a design where you just flip these on top and they hold the body. So you don't need any pins. You don't need any C-clips or anything like that. So yeah, just wanted to show this to you and can't wait to run it and take it for a drive and hear the 2-speed shift and see it just, you know, blast on the road. I wish we had, you know, an actual track, because I would like to one day take this to an RC track that's an actual proper designed racetrack for RC cars. But you know what, worst case scenario, what I might do is I might take this with me one day when I take this to the actual real track. I'm probably gonna have marshals yell at me if I drive this in the pits or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I can ask for permission or something like that to, you know, drive this alongside that, or maybe some other people will have some cool race cars there, like LMPs, and I'll let this go up and down the pit lane at high speed, or maybe they'll even give me a portion of the track where I can try driving it on. That would be really cool. But yeah, anyways guys, let's take it out and take it for a spin and see how she drives. So I just turned on the lights, and they have the running lights. And you know, in when you watch GT3 racing or LMP racing or prototype racing, like in Le Mans, when they want to pass, they can flash the lights. Well, in this, you can do the absolute same. Or if you want it to be stationary, you just hold and it beeps, and you can either just choose to turn it off or on. But absolutely brilliant. I really am in awe of this machine, and driving it, being at the racetracks and taking the car to the racetrack and all that stuff. When you have something like this, that's like a baby version of that, it never ceases to put a smile on my face. So yeah, anyways, that's it for the, I want to say walk around, but it's not really a walk around of the car, just a 360 view, let's call it. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.